Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm obviously in the car right now, but I figured since it is fall, why not film like my scary paranormal experiences I've had since I was younger and maybe recently. Anyways, so some of these stories are stuff that have happened to me, and one I'm going to share that has happened with my brother because his is pretty freaky as well. So my stories are they're not really like long, so I'm going to be sharing multiple stories that I've been told that have happened to me. The first one, this one actually isn't paranormal. This one just kind of really freaked me out. Happened twice with me and my mom. This happened like a few years ago. I went with her to clean out her warehouse, her storage, and it is, it's inside, and you need like a freaking, like a key to get in. So we got there, nobody was there, and this was at night, which was a bad idea. And please tell me people aren't staring at me. That was a bad idea. So never go to like warehouses at night, even by yourself or with people, because it's pretty scary. But when you walk in, our warehouse was at like the very back, like very inside. It wasn't like in front, so it was like in the back. So when we went there, we cleaned out her warehouse, we were throwing stuff out, and then we were like putting stuff in, I think, as well. And when I came around the corner or whatever, and I noticed a guy in a hoodie, couldn't see his face. He was like obviously taller than me and taller than my mom, so either way we were gonna be screwed if something happened. But you couldn't see his face. And I was like, we never saw another car in the parking lot. It was just us. And we never heard anyone come in, because he had to have been, maybe he was there the whole time. We don't know. But I was like, Mom, there's some guy standing down there at the end of the hallway, like far away from us. And she was like, okay, Annabelle, hurry up. We're just gonna leave. So we locked everything and we bolted out the door. We signed out or whatever. And when we did, we got in the car, locked it, and then we pulled out of there really fast just to see the guy standing there at the door. Like, he was already behind us. And it scared the crap out of me and my mom, and that was the last time we ever went up there. Alone, that is. So, the other story happened, I think, few years ago. I want to say last year, but a few years ago. We were at our apartment, just inside, and this happened like at 1 o'clock in the morning. We heard someone knock on the door, on our front door, and my dog even heard it. And weird thing is that she didn't even bark, and she usually barks when someone we don't know is at the door. Like, if it's just a stranger or whatever, she usually barks, and she never barked. And then my mom and I, we went, checked on the door, and my brother was there, and he didn't even see anything. But we live upstairs, and there, obviously you have to go downstairs. We heard someone scrape their key going down, letting us know that somebody was there. So that was pretty creepy. Again, those two are obviously not paranormal, but still freaking creepy. I was freaking scared. Never been that scared in my life. It was terrifying. So this other story happened when I was like maybe around 5 or 6. This one is paranormal. This one always stuck with me and my parents because it scared the crap out of them as well. So this story, I always hung out in my brother's room. I had my own room, but I was always in my brother's room, just hanging out with him. You know, because he was my best friend growing up. I love my brother. So I was hanging out in his room, and then I realized he was gone. So I was like, okay, where the frick did he go? We were in an apartment. So I was like, okay, where the frick did he go? Only could have gone other, like, 2 places, probably my mom's room or in the bathroom. And he was in the bathroom. So I came out, I was like, yo, Andrew, that's my brother's name. And I noticed some guy knocking on the bathroom door. And he was wearing, like, a gray shirt with red letters or something. Or it could have been the other way around, like a red shirt with gray letters, red shirt, or gray shirt with red letters. Either way, I just remember, like, he knocked on the door. When I saw him, he knocked on the door, like, leaned on it to see if anybody was in there. And somebody was obviously in there. It was my brother. And the guy was, like, was walking off, turned to look at me, like, dead on look at me, and then walked off and disappeared. And, like, vanished. And there was no, like, secret door in my apartment or anything, or couldn't have freaking left, because the doors, I even checked the front door for some reason. I don't even know why, because he just disappeared right in front of me. Kind of stupid thinking about it, but I was little, it scared me, so I was like, what the frick? I ran in and told my mom. They said nobody was there. There was, like, no forced entry or whatever, because I'm pretty sure somebody would have heard it. But it scared me, so I was like, Mom, who's the guy in the living room? Nobody was there. Nobody was there. That was freaking creepy. So these next 2 stories happened to my brother when he was dating his ex-girlfriend. They went out to like dog sit for her aunt or something, and they never told him that their house was haunted. So this story freaks me out so much. She used to play, like, a lot of pranks on him, which were hilarious. I was part of the pranks as well, and they were funny. But this one, he thought she was pranking him. So he was like, hey, why are you dropping, like, he said he's sitting on the couch watching TV, and he saw, like, a girl with her hair up, and, like, a dress, or he saw the ponytail, like, you know, like, drop down. You know how, like, whenever you jump and your hair, like, swooshes or whatever? He said he saw that. So he was like, Carissa? Stop playing with me. So he kept telling her to stop freaking joking. He's not in the mood to be pranked, you know, like that. And she goes, what? I'm in the bathroom. She was in the bathroom, and he freaking saw some girl in a white dress drop behind him, behind the couch. And when he told her that, her face went white, because she's been told that exact same story from other people in that house. So that house was pretty haunted. And then this other story, he stayed the night at her house, and he heard scratching on the bedroom door, and he thought it was like, oh, maybe it was one of the cats or one of the dogs just wanting to come in. And then he realized all the animals that she had were on the bed. And when the scratching continued, it went up further on the freaking door, and he was like, okay, that thing is not animal. Something is scratching on the door. And they just left it alone. I've had other creepy experiences, but right now I'm kind of like drawing a blank on other stories I've had. I've heard my name being called. Pretty sure everybody's had that. Well, recently I've felt stuff at the foot of my bed. Like, you know how whenever you're laying down and then you feel like you can feel the weight of someone, like, sitting down on your bed? I've had that happen multiple times. I've never really had anything, like, attached to anything, or stuff that I bought. I've never had anything attached to it. But my mom got me like this devil mirror, and I had to get rid of it because I do believe something was attached to that, because I always had weird dreams. Stuff would happen in my room. Can't really explain it, but I would feel like my body being pushed. I felt my hair being tugged, shirt pulled at. I've heard screaming in my ear. Like, that freaking woke me up. Like, that was it. When I heard that, I was like, okay, I want to get rid of this mirror, because it only happened after I bought it, or after my mom got it for me. She was like, yeah, okay, we can sell it. After I sold it, nothing happened. So, whatever was attached to that mirror is gone. Thank God. Like, I've had people tell me that they feel like maybe I shouldn't have had that mirror. And I got rid of it after I heard screaming in my ear, and that woke me up. And it was just, that scared me. Like, I heard screaming in my room, and it was like really close to my ear. I've heard like laughter in my ear. That scared me. Just so much stuff happened when I got that, and after I sold it, nothing happened. So something was attached to that mirror, and I'm so happy it's not there. But it sucked, because I did like the mirror. I liked what it looked like. If I had a picture, I would, share it, but I don't. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video, and like and subscribe, share with a friend. I want to do more October film, like Halloween themed videos, but I don't know what to do. I'll think of something. But this is the first one that I feel is very Halloween-y. I'm so excited for Halloween. Oh my gosh! I love fall. Anyways, like I said, like and subscribe. Comment if you believe in ghosts. What scares you? Have you ever had a creepy experience? And I'll see you guys later. Bye.